In example 2, it says you jump off a 15-foot diving board with an initial upward speed of 3 feet per second. How long will it take you to hit the water? So let's think about the equation from above. I'm going to write it down for us. Is h equals, now this time we have that initial upward velocity or speed, so we're using the second equation, which is negative 16 t squared plus v times t plus s. And what we want to do is we want to label down what we have. So first it says we're jumping off a 15-foot diving board, which means our initial height, which is s, is going to be 15. So we know s is equal to 15. Then it says we have an upward speed of 3 feet per second. It's very important, this word upward. That tells us that our speed is positive and not negative. If it said downward, then it would be negative. So upward means we have a positive 3 for our velocity. So v equals 3. We're looking for how long it will take, which means we're looking for time. So time is our unknown, that's our question mark. And then it's saying when you hit the water. Again, if we're hitting the water, our final height, which is h, is going to be 0. And then we're going to go and plug all that in. So here's our initial information in our formula. If we plug it in, we're going to get 0 equal to negative 16 t squared plus 3 times t plus 15. So all I did is I took the 15 and plugged it in for s. I took the v and plugged it in here, and the h and plugged it in over here. Now what we have is a quadratic equation that we can solve using the quadratic formula. So the first thing that we want to do here now is look at what our a, our b, and our c values are so we can use the quadratic formula. So a is negative 16, the number in front of the squared term. B is 3, the number in front of our t. And then our constant, which is our c term, is 15. We want to find that discriminant first, make sure we can get some answers here. Our discriminant is going to be 3 squared minus 4 times our a value times our c value. And if we plug that in, again, I would take a second, make sure you can plug it in yourself. Pause this if you need to, and you should get 969. Then we can plug that into our formula. So t equals, we're doing the opposite of b. So since b is positive, we want negative 3 plus or minus the square root. And our square root is 969, so we're going to put that 969 underneath here. Dividing it by 2 times our a value. And our a value here is negative 16. So if we simplify the denominator here, we are going to get negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 969 all over negative 32. And then we're going to find 2 different answers, one where we add and one where we subtract. So we'll do negative 3 plus the square root of 969, divide that by negative 32. Now plug that in your calculator. Again, make sure you're getting the same answer as I am. Make sure plugging in your calculator isn't giving you any wrong answers. And if you plug that in correctly, you should see that you get about negative 0.88. And then if we do negative 3 minus the square root of 969 and divide that by negative 32, you should get approximately 1.07. So for our answer, what we're looking for is we're looking for the positive answer. Negative answers we can't have because we're not going to have a negative amount of time. So 1.07 will be our answer. With our correct units would be 1.07 seconds. If you have any questions on example 2, let me know. Otherwise, you can move on to example 3.